Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to the next video in the Create Better Content series where I'm going to show you how to tap into your creativity so that you never run out of content ideas again. I'm Penny, and I'm going to be your guide through this creative content development process. I'm going to be teaching you how to create more engaging content to post that's going to help you reach more qualified customers online. And if you want to learn more about creativity and how this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I'd love to see you hit the button and subscribe to this channel. So this month, I'm going to focus on spring cleaning for your content development. Think about that. So this next series of videos will do more than just focus on creating amazing content. I'm going to show you what to do when your community actually takes action from one of your posts and how you can get them to convert into customers. So let's get started here. So if you are spending any of your valuable time creating content, chances are you're using social media marketing, creating sales pages, and most likely looking to grow your email list. So let's talk about spring cleaning and what we can do with regards to this content opportunity for us to reach customers. Let's start with your social media accounts. Spring cleaning for your social media accounts. One of the first things that I highly recommend that you do is go to the social media account that you are most active on, the one where you are seeing results, the one that people are saying, yeah, I found you on Facebook, or I've been following you on Instagram and that's how I reached out to you. Go to those particular platforms first and run a search. And when I mean a search, actually start scrolling through your posts. Look at your post. Are they fresh content? Are they new information that you want people, if they've never met you before, have never seen you, or never heard of you before, to look at? If they're not, the first thing that you're going to do with your spring cleaning is you're going to delete these old posts. Now, I understand that there are some content there that you're going to have that's evergreen, that can stick around for like forever and ever. But you don't want people that are new to you, that are going to stumble upon some sort of content that's no longer relevant to the work that you're doing. So maybe you've got old news posts, you've got outdated stats, unessential data, anything that's not really important anymore. And maybe the same thing is true if you've got old promotions or contents or other time-sensitive posts that you've made. Go through your page and delete those, and spring clean up your feed. The next thing that I'm going to suggest that you do is to take a look at your profile itself. Is your profile picture an old one and you've been using a new one on some of the other platforms? Change them out. Go through your programs and update them all to the same updated image. And the idea behind this is you want the consistency, you want the branding, you want people to know that when they see your face here, it's the same face that they see on LinkedIn, it's the same face that they see on Instagram, it's the same face that they see on TikTok. So make sure that your profile image is updated. And if it is an old one, you might want to scroll through your phone, and if you've taken like a really, really great selfie one day, maybe you want to update all of the profile pictures to something new like that. And speaking of updates, have you done any branding work on your business? If you have done any branding work on your business, or if you've been making any kind of major changes, take a look and see, are you using an old logo? Are you using old branding colors? So when you're changing out your profile pictures, update those as well. And as we start to look through the rest of your social media platforms, make sure all of the pieces and parts are updated. Check your links. Are they going to the right pages? Have you moved your email opt-in to its own page and it's not just a pop-up? Make sure that the link is there. Check the banners at the top of the social sites like Facebook and LinkedIn. They all have an image space up at the top for you to add some stuff. Is that image still representing your business as it is right now? If it's not, change that out. And check your bio. Look at that about section that you have. We all have an about section. We all have like a little bio, not just a headline, but our name, who we are, what we do. If anything has changed that needs updating, especially in your about section and your bio, This is a great time as you're spring cleaning your social media sites to go ahead and update all of that information. Make sure your links are correct. Make sure the content is saying that you do what you is. Let me start that over again because that didn't even come out right. Make sure that your bio is saying that you do the work that you are doing right now and not the work that you were doing when you set up your account whenever it was 5-6 years ago or maybe even longer. So take a look at all of that, and that's one of the first things that you can do as you are spring cleaning for your content. The next thing I want to talk about with regards to spring cleaning is I want to talk about those landing pages, sales pages, whichever word you want to use, and your email sequences. So if you think about it, here you are spending all of this time creating all this amazing content because you want to get them to your website. You want them to come onto your sales page. You want them to download the free lead magnet that you have to get into your email funnel. So when's the last time that you've actually reviewed any of that copy? So as we are spring cleaning everything, now is the time for you to take a look and to see what needs updating and what needs to be changed out. So when I'm talking about a landing page or a sales page, what I'm referring to is this. This is that place where if somebody has found you on social media, somebody has found you someplace else or have gotten a referral, and then they click on a link and then they land. They either are clicking on a promotional link, they're clicking on some sort of ad. A landing page is, let's see here, it has a clear marketing function. Its goal is a sales page, landing page, again, whatever you want to do, but its goal is to give somebody a specific call to action. You want them to download something. You want them to get more information. You want them to contact you. You want them to set up an appointment, depending upon your business. So the idea is to make sure that that type of content is compelling and it's updated and it's actually explaining the work that you are doing right now, again, versus maybe when you set your landing page up a year or 2 or 5, 10, whatever years ago. So go ahead and look through your landing page copy, because the idea is to drive conversions, which is going to ultimately lead to more sales, more income for your business. This is the page that's going to actually look at the opportunities for people to just not for people to be converted. This is that term that I've used before, where we can convert clicks into customers. This is that place. The landing page is that place where you are definitely going to be able to convert people from just clicking on your website into a customer. So if you're looking through your landing page, obviously I want you to look at your content. I want to make sure that, as I said to you before, when you first set up that page, is this information still correct? Is this program still set up the same way that it is? Is the cost still the same? Is everything still set up the way that it's supposed to? And if everything is fine and you don't really need to update your content anymore, I want you to also do a couple of other things on your landing pages. I want you to click on those landing pages in your phone. I want you to take a look at it and see what it looks like in your phone. What is the loading speed time? Is it coming up really quickly? And then if it's not coming up really quickly, then it has everything to do with the images that are happening on that page. So what you're going to do then is you want to update the image optimization ability so that the images can be downloaded very quickly. So that's something that you can update. And also, as you're looking at on your phone, look at what I refer to as mobile friendliness. Are you able to see everything clearly? Or is your font size so large that it's breaking itself up and I can't understand what this says? All it just looks like, I see 3 letters and then 5 letters and then 10 letters, and wait a minute, what is that word? What is that word trying to say? It's saying understand? Is that what that word is? So take a look at your landing pages on your phone. Even test it out, especially if there's an email opt-in there. Put your own email in there and see what happens. What is that email sequence that's coming back to you? what is going on from that perspective, and see what it would feel like if you were the customer who landed on that page. What would your experience be like? So take a look at that. And if you're moving through this process and you catch something that's no longer relevant and you need to update it, this is the best time as we are doing our spring cleaning for our content. So some of the other things that you want to look at, especially with regards to your landing page copy. So if the actual copy itself is still good and you don't need to make any changes on that, I want to give you a couple more things that I want you to think about. The first thing I want you to think about is, especially if people are finding you on their laptop versus the phone, how much of that information is above the fold. And what I mean by above the fold is if I download this and I'm not scrolling down any, exactly what lands in front of me is above the fold. Is above the fold giving a clear call to action? Is it valuable content? Am I telling you what to do next? What I can get from you? How is this going to be? Or do you just jump right in and start giving me, 3 paragraphs of a story, which is still above the fold, and I haven't even seen a call to action once, and I have to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So you want to think about what is available to your page above the fold. So go ahead and take a look at this above the fold. Another thing you can do as you're checking out your landing page is look at the, what's the word I'm looking for? Clutter. Maybe, especially with our spring cleaning analogy here, the clutter. Look at the layout that you're using. If I have to figure out, and it's really hard for me because there's so much text, and then the text, and then there's big images, and then there's great big font, and you're not giving me enough white space. You're not giving me enough space for my eyes to rest, and all I could see is just so much coming at me at once. There's a really good chance that most people could be clicking off because it's just too much, especially on the phone. If it looks like this on my computer laptop, and when I'm looking at the page, I'm scrolling through it, I can only imagine what it looks like on my phone. So take a look at that from that perspective of decluttering your landing page. Also make sure that you are using keywords and some SEO practices, some search engine optimization practices. Make sure that the heading title is an SEO title so that people can start to find you in an organic search as well. Use a keyword in the page title and then use it again at least once in the content. And you want to use these keywords also in your meta description. And this is the piece of it that shows up like when I click on Google and I'm running a search and I can see the title of something, and then there's like a little tiny couple of sentences or whatever. That is your meta description. You will find the information when you go into your pages about how you can update the meta description so that if I run a search and I'm looking at the title, which hopefully has some sort of keywords in it, I'm also seeing that meta description that's going to tell me what people can find when they get to the page. Why do they even want to click on the page? Is this answering any of their questions? So take a look at that from that perspective. And as we're looking at the page, and part of it is decluttering, but I also want you to think about with regards to your visuals and videos. What are the images that you're using? Are you just getting stock images, or are there actual pictures that you have personally taken yourself? Think about the videos. Did you put a video on there so that somebody could watch a 2-minute video or 1-minute video or whatever it is for you explaining something of how it works, or showing your product or showing your service or something like that? Make sure that all of those are also mobile friendly, as well as making sense with regards to is it adding to the clutter, or is it adding to the relevancy, the value of the sales page that you are doing? When we think about our landing page, the idea behind it is to convert. It's to get people to not just dump into our website and go, oh, okay, I read it and now leave. We want them to stay. So doing a spring cleaning on your landing page is one of the best ways that you can actually take what's happening from the content, where they land, and updating it. I don't know if that sentence made sense. As I'm saying it, I could hear myself say it, so I'm going to repeat that again. The purpose of the landing page is this. So if you're spending all this valuable time creating all this content and spending all of this time trying to be consistent on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and LinkedIn and all of these places, and here you are trying to get me to click over to your website, and I finally read something and I'm so excited about it, and I click over to your website and this is the page I land on, is this the way you and your company want to be portrayed? Is this what I'm seeing? Are these is those visuals the best that's going to help explain it? Is the video going to provide me any value? So I want you to really do a thorough job of going through your landing page and really thinking about these things and really thinking about how you can clean this up and you can make this a better experience to allow you to convert more people and to just not just the click over, but to be a customer. So, okay, so we've got our social media, we've cleaned all that up, we've cleaned up our landing page, and now what's the next thing that I want to share with you is so that if they click on your call to action and then they get into your email funnel, what happens from there? Maybe you created this email sequence when you first set up your website. Maybe you did it a year ago or 2 or more. When's the last time that you went through your email sequence and really looked at the content of it? When I'm referring to an email sequence, what I'm talking about is a series of marketing messages that you send that's going to be targeting your audience. They can do things from welcome new customers, engage them into your business for top of mind, all of those things. The goal of the email funnel is being the top part of the funnel, meaning this is that big part of the funnel where they can come in and you're going to narrow them down with an automated series of emails that's going to nurture this lead and hopefully promote some sales. So you've got this automated email sequence and you want to just increase, the engagement so that they learn more about your business, so that they want to learn more about your products and your services and re-engage to bring the customers back to your site. Whatever it is your goal. I mean, everybody's goal is going to be different. So I want to be very careful when I talk about email sequences because your email sequence is going to be different than mine. It's going to be different than a product. It's going to be different than a service. It's going to be different for everybody's business. So I'm going to talk about email sequences from a more general type of thing versus being very specific. So the type of emails that you could have with an email sequence that you want to review are things like a welcome email sequence. Welcome into my newsletter, welcome into joining this program, welcome into, learning more about my business. Whatever the welcome is, a welcome email sequence is a really great way to start sharing some more information about who you are and how you help people. There's also types of emails that are upsell and cross-sell. And these are the types that will definitely be a part of like a welcome email sequence as well. Or they could be an upsell. Let's say that you're doing like a challenge or something like that, and I need to sign up so I could download a workbook. Well, now I've gotten on this list, I can be on an email sequence list of automated emails so that it allows you to somewhere down the road as you're moving through this challenge to upsell and maybe even cross-sell some of your other items that you, the other products or services that you have. There's also things called lead nurturing email sequences. This is the thing that targets your audience and makes them about where they are on this customer journey. And it pretty much just kind of leads them down a specific conversion path, for lack of a better way of saying it. It just takes them from being maybe unaware of who you are, what your products are, what your services are, and how it's the solution to their problem, all the way down to understanding what their pain points are, how you can address that, and to come to the conclusion of, I am the answer, I'm the business that you want to work with. That is the type of lead nurturing customer journey email sequence that I'm referring to. As of course, I'm obviously being very general about this because everybody's business is different. Another type of email sequences is like an onboarding. A lot of programs and processes have onboarding email sequences where they welcome them and they give some personal information. These are the next steps. This is what's going to happen. You're going to set up your account. You're going to log into this. This is what you can expect. This is how communication is going to go. All of that kind of stuff with onboarding. And it could have been something that you set up a long time ago. Highly, highly, highly recommend you go back into your onboarding system, because maybe things have changed. Maybe you're using a different program. Maybe you're no longer using that Facebook group. Go through your onboarding email sequence and see if anything there needs to get updated. And the same with feedback emails. If somebody's working on a service or something like that, and then they get this automatic feedback email from you, make sure that that feedback email is correct. Are you still offering this program? Are you still doing this upsell? Are you still, like I even said, is that Facebook group still open? So check all of those emails that you have in place and go through it. And as I said to you earlier in the video, it's not a bad idea to sign yourself up to your own list. If you don't, if you've already done that, I would go do it again, and just to see what it feels like. How frequently are these emails coming in? When are they coming in? What is it saying? What does it look like on your phone? Is the information correct? So you want to look at this information and think about it from the perspective of the customer, the people that you are connecting to. So when we're talking about this spring cleaning, we're talking about it from the perspective of making sure that people are clear about what their next steps are, what they can expect from your business, and how you're going to plan to move forward with them. So I get it. I totally get it. That was a whole bunch of stuff that I just asked you to do. Maybe add a little bit, maybe do one little thing every single week. But here's the thing about this. I get it with so much going on in your life, but the constant development and this evolution of social media algorithms and search engines, it directly impacts your content development practices. Because you can't just, your content development does not exist in a vacuum. You can't just sit here and create all kinds of content and write a blog post and do videos and all of this stuff and not expect that there's other things that are happening around you and happening around your business. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that in mind, because it's not about just creating amazing content, which we talk about on this channel, and I love talking about creating amazing content. But I want to talk to you this month as we're going through our spring cleaning, talking about how we can do more than just focus on creating amazing content. I want you to focus on spending some time just this month doing some spring cleaning. Review all of these pieces and parts that I just shared with you. All of these things that connect you to your community. All of these opportunities where somebody has taken action from your posts, and take a look at it all and think about what you need to update to ensure that you can convert them into customers. So thank you so much for joining me today in this creative process. If you've enjoyed this content about creativity and content marketing, I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel. And if you're ready to dig into the deep work of developing your content marketing strategy, the link is below to subscribe to the Create Your Business program. With the Create Your Business program, you're going to stop saying, I'm stuck and I don't know what to do with my marketing, and you'll start believing that you know what to do with your marketing messages, and you'll see results. You're going to learn a new process to reach your customers online when your interactive workbook shows up in your inbox every month, and that box of creative tools show up at your doorstep. Seriously, folks, if a self-study program and a subscription box had a baby, it would be the Create Your Business program. It's content marketing in a box for entrepreneurs who are ready to tap into their creativity so that they never run out of content ideas again. You are magnificent, my friend, and let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.